very wonderful, very thunderous moment for each one of us because you have been through in journey of intro times over 15 years, but you never been to Rourkela. So I'm told by many well-wishers, and in particular, Honorable Chief Minister Mohan Charan Majhi ji, once in a public platform, why don't you go to the nooks and corner of Odisha? If you genuinely think you Odisha driving growth story, as media, it's responsible media personality, we do a lot of series of events, sir. Business Leadership Award, Inspiration Award, National CEO Conclave, many more, sir. But how do you talk about resurgent Rourkela? You need to look back the background. I may take you back from 70, 80. When sale was operated in Rourkela, it was absolute and revolution. Whole transformation of industrialization still sitting in Rourkela. That prominently known sparsity across the world, still sitting. Over the 50 years you are passing through. So I hope I met many industrialists sitting here, Subratji, Nimiji, even Gododiaji. There are many avenues that are still left to be done. Let's say forest tourism, let's say infrastructure development, IT, digital data center, many more. But somehow we or other, you are lacking that structure and schemes of things, sir. So without wasting any further time, I'm one of the special guest. I'm my personal favorite inspiration. I really adore him. Arun Sahuji, ambassador to Bulgaria. He not only a ambassador, formidable ambassador, he also a poet and author. I must congratulate him. Yesterday only he has inaugurated the last poetic book set Mayfair Lagoon, Bhubaneswar. So huge round of applause from the gentleman. And coming back to the one of the most formidable technocrat, Maheswar ji, he has really championed in the technical education, not just for Odisha or Alka, even for the country wide. We are applauding for that, his spirit of work and everything, sir. And yeah, so let me start with Arun, sir. Sir, when you were told that you need to come to Rourkela for this special occasion, so what the reminiscent come to mind about Rourkela?
Good afternoon to all of you in Rourkela. When I was in school, I had come to Rourkela steel plant for a visit of the school. After that, I have never been to Rourkela, never got a chance to come to this place. But when the Biojet actually proposed to me, there is something called Think Rourkela. And I am outside India. And as you know, as Indian Foreign Service officer, you actually travel the world more than you travel in India. And almost 2/3 of your life you spent outside. See various cultures, interact with people, see different industries, different kind of business, how they do it, and how they become successful, how also they become a failure. So, it was a great opportunity for me to come to Rourkela, and I'm here to learn from all of you that what we can do. I can go on for.
When you say, sir, I learn from people from Rourkela, is this not the diplomacy answer? I want a straight answer. How do you understand the growth trajectory of Rourkela, considering your inevitable kind of experience worldwide?
See, when you talk about Rourkela, you talk only about the steel plant.
True.
And it's the first steel plant of independent India that is built. But it's 76 years now of independence of India. It comes to my mind always that do I want a place to be identified only with one thing, which is steel? The world has gone beyond steel.
True.
The world has gone beyond various things. So can Rourkela or places, any place for that matter, can add new items to this? Can it refurbish its own identity? That I am also a steel city, but I am something more than that. What are those more than that? I'm here to learn and listen to you. What could be? I have some ideas. What could be more than steel? But I also want to hear what could be added to this.
True.
So that Rourkela, when you talk about Rourkela, you don't talk only about steel. You talk about
Absolutely.
something more.
Sir, let's come back to Professor Raoji. Sir, I must congratulate you. Recently, you have been 35 teachers, technocrats being select scientists, being adjourned in the Stanford University. So many congratulations for that. What's the story about that?
Thank you and good evening, everyone. Let me briefly introduce myself. I'm Maheswar Rao, currently heading the National Institute of Technology, Rourkela. And it gives me a pride to share with you the success story of NIT Rourkela. As what
Dr.
just now
Sahu, sir.
stated that 35 of our faculty members are identified by the top 2% of the world scientists by the Stanford University.
True.
This is not a, in my expression, this is not something which is great that our faculty members have accomplished. But then there are many big other stories which are much greater than this 2%, top 2%, the scientists of the world. I think most of you here who have gathered here, they know about the National Institutional Ranking Framework, which is abbreviated as NIRF ranking. This is where the performance index of every institution in the country today has been assessed for the last a few years. Since 2015, this NIRF ranking has been introduced by the Minister of Education. So now if I really look at this story of NIT Rourkela, so there is something which is very strange that has happened. Before coming to Rourkela, I was the director of NIT Rourkela, National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, Rourkela, that is in Mangalore city. And originally I am from Hyderabad. I am a resident of Hyderabad, domicile of Hyderabad. But then by virtue of my job, I have been working since 1987 at IIT Kharagpur. I have superannuated as a senior professor at IIT Kharagpur just February only. In 2017, I was selected as the director for NIT Rourkela. When I first entered there, the only advice or rather the request which was made to me by the ministry was that Rourkela has to really grow up in its standards as well as its position. And then being a professor from IIT background, you please help the institution gain better rank. So now when I was looking from Rourkela, I was looking at only two institutions above Rourkela. One was immediately above was NIT Rourkela, and then above Rourkela was NIT Trichinopalli. Amongst the National Institute of Technologies, Trichinopalli is number one, and Rourkela during that time was second rank, and then Rourkela was third rank. So now I have been working since 2017, and then only in 2020 I could really surpass Rourkela, and then Rourkela became second, and then Rourkela came to third position, and then Rourkela was in the top 13, and then it went to top 12. So this is the past story when I was at Rourkela.
Does Rourkela deserve another revolution in the name, kind of still?
The whole of Odisha needs. Not only Rourkela.
Can Rourkela
Whole of Odisha needs.
Can Rourkela lead the
there
sides?
There is Honorable MP sitting here. Before him, I am telling you, the whole of Odisha needs a rethinking of how
That's
to project Odisha. What are the strengths of Odisha? And how to project those, build on the strengths, and what are the weaknesses of that? The glass is half full, half empty. While we see half full, we must also see what is half empty and work towards that. And we can restructure everything. We can rethink how we do represent our strength. A simple thing I give an example. The filigree work of Odisha, maybe out of context, but filigree work of Odisha is very nice. Everyone will tell. There are books written about this.
Yeah.
And when you are in India, you in Odisha, you marvel what it is. But I can tell you, after going to Europe, I have seen filigree work, the silver work, in whole European continent, because there is a Ottoman history around it. And those, when you compare the filigree work or the silver work of Odisha and the silver work of, let's say, somewhere North Macedonia or Cyprus or Greece. It's the same art, same design, but see the quality, see the difference. So while the global purchaser or global traveler is looking at two of them, obviously he is looking for the best. He has money, and as you know, the global economy is controlled by very few people. That's the reality of life.
Yeah.
So all those fancy things, all those branded things are bought by people who can really afford, and they're looking for something very, very special. Same with anything that you see. There is coffee from Jaipur. I know.
This is iconic once again.
Last time I visited, they showed me how the coffee is branded. My only thing was, please think how Jaipur coffee matches with an international coffee brand.
Yeah.
Unless you do that, you won't sustain. The world is moving fast.
That's
These are only two examples I'm giving, but there are some more, much more many. Indigenous people, indigenous culture.
Let me assure you that India has so many scientists in sciences, general life sciences, as well as physical sciences and chemical sciences. And then after China, if there is any the skilled scientist or anybody, it will only be from the land of this country.
Wow, that's so
And
sweet of you.
definitely, I'm confident. The reason is that, sir, when I first came in 2022 February, the total number of patents filed at NIT Rourkela, sir, Sahu, were only 12. There were only 12 filed, of which 6 patents were granted. Last year, we have filed 82 patents, and then by another 3 months' time, we will be touching
That's a massive
100 patents will be filed. I'm confident that more than 60 will be granted.
Oh, that's
So, my point, only one point I just want to tell is that it is not the lack of competence that we were really not having patents. We never thought that was needed. We never thought that was needed.
Now you have learned how
Right. So now,
read the Western system.
If given a chance, our surgeon, Dr. Mahapatra, can also take out half a dozen patents. Right? The question is that now people are measuring your competence based on the amount of money that you are making. Why quota is so famous? Why quota is so famous? I'm just asking everyone. Okay. Every other household in the country have one or the other child going to quota at 8th class. Sir, one thing is that, please remember, ladies and gentlemen here, okay, the total revenue generated in quota is more than the total revenue or the money earmarked for higher education in India.
Oh,
revenue
God.
generated in
That's
quota
massive,
is
sir.
more than the grant that all the higher education institutions in India are getting. That is the business that is happening there. Catch them and train them to succeed in all the competitive examination. Byju's, in 2 years, it has become a multi-billion company, sir. Why it has become? Because you have converted education into a business and there is no end to it. There is absolutely no end to it. Byju's has become an international educationist, offering the tuitions. He's from Mangalore only, basically a Keralite, Mangalore, and his wife has taken degree from NIT Rourkela. I have given his wife the doctoral degree. So now, COVID-19-20, these 2 years has changed this Byju's into a multinational company.
It's becoming unicorn.
It is never too late for India to translate everything into business model. And then maybe I'm confident, I'm hopeful, I'm absolutely wishful that India will be competing China and then making lots of business in everything.
Oh, that's a brilliant story you narrate. So you're running out of time. My last question to you. Yeah, it's been 2-3 years you're spending in Rourkela. How do you describe Rourkela as a city? How do you describe in a couple of words?
Correct. एक BSNL का एक गाना था, मैं भूल गया.
गाना गा दीजिए.
शहर में जब नए आए थे, भीड़ में भी तन्हा सा लगता है।
भीड़ में
शहर में जब घर हो अपना, घर भी मेरा है, शहर भी मेरा है। So I really feel just suddenly. What I really feel is that Rourkela is absolutely a sectored and a beautiful city, small city, a beautiful city, lush green city, right?
Oh, brilliant.
And one thing is that people of Rourkela, they have been enjoying life.
Yeah, they're enjoying
Right.
it as well.
They have really valued that happiness is above everything. And then they were in chase of trying to find ways of living in happy. I think Rourkela is
Happiness index is better than any city in Rourkela,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That's so sweet of you, sir.
absolutely.
Sir, it's a pleasure talking both of you. You made us really proud, energetic, even intellectual. So it's a wonderful talking to you. It's a brilliant words from you, Dr. Rao. It's a pleasure talking to you.